Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back for a review, but this is not a review of a movie. As you can see, the title of it is a review of Tesla's Cybertruck. Now, this is not a review of something that I purchased. This is just a review of a test demo that I did over the weekend at a local Tesla, I guess they call them dealerships or showrooms or whatever they call it. But just want to do a review and give my thoughts about the Cybertruck. Alright, before I give you my full detail or experience of the test drive of the Cybertruck, I'm going to give you a little bit of background of why I wanted to do a test drive of the Cybertruck. Well, it all started, of course, like everybody else, of 2019 when they announced it. When they first announced it, I really loved the design of it. But I didn't pay $100 to reserve a Cybertruck because I probably couldn't afford it. Also, too, is like, I don't know if it'll actually be that when they actually make it. 4 years later, they actually did it. I think they shaved off another couple inches here and there for it to be able to fit in a average garage, but it is what it is, and they released it last November. And when they released it in November, I was kind of like, okay, do I really want a Cybertruck? So I went down that rabbit hole, just like everybody else who's interested in one, of YouTube to see all these influencers able to give the review of it. I think since then, I've basically watched every video that anybody's took home or test drive or anything about Cybertruck. I've watched it, liked it, and save it to my play for later videos. and honestly, too, when it comes to buying anything, like I would say $50 up, I always do my research and see the pros and cons of any product. When it comes to Tesla, of course, there is kind of a different perspective of Tesla or Cybertruck. You have the Tesla bros that Tesla don't do no wrong, and you have the EV haters that they hate everything EV. But sometimes you gotta do your research. There are people in the middle that actually give you very good advice and perspective of EVs or anything with anything, basically. But with this, it's about Cybertruck. Somehow you have to search them out, but there's out there that actually give you very good perspectives of that. So I went down that road after they released it in November, and honestly, I had the opportunity to see one in person at a car show in Asheville, North Carolina in April. And the whole point when going down there is, so I want to get out of my system, so when I see one in person, I'd be like, okay, there's a Cybertruck. Instead of like, oh my God, there's a Cybertruck there, and embarrass myself to a complete stranger wanting to be that guy, right? So I made an effort to go down to Asheville, North Carolina to see the car show of different EVs and to see the Cybertruck. So I got there, took the pictures, got to see everything, to actually be there to understand, for what I saw in videos, to put in practice for what I saw, right? Funny thing is, I know so much about the truck. There's people coming up to me, and I was giving tours of the truck that they didn't know nothing about, so much that they asked me if I was the owner of this truck. I was like, no, I'm just a fan. That's all I watch on YouTube. But I was there for a good 20-30 minutes, maybe more than that. But I got my fix. I'm like, okay, I saw a Cybertruck in person, so I won't be got out of my system, so I don't want to embarrass myself in public with people with Cybertrucks, right? Well, after that, I was like, man, I wonder how it rides. Right? Well, about 2 or 3 months later, I was at a wedding, and a person there I'm friends with just got delivered a Cybertruck Beast. And I was like, okay, and I didn't want to be that person. I went to him to offer, and he offered, and I rode with him. I didn't drive. I didn't ask to drive. I rode with him, the Cyber Beast. That was an experience. That definitely is a beast. It definitely, I think if I had the money, I would definitely buy a Cyber Beast for sure. But Anyways, as a pretty cool experience, I enjoyed that. When I walked away, I was like, I wonder how it drives. So I was like, oh, well, maybe one day I'll learn see how it drives. Maybe one day. Maybe whenever they're at CarMax or something, I may be able to test drive it, which it might be 2 years before that ever happens. But still, right? Well, about, I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or maybe longer than that, Tesla announced that certain locations will give you opportunity to test drive a Cybertruck at certain locations in the United States. And one of them was Charlotte, North Carolina. I was like, I want to be down in Charlotte, North Carolina for a concert. While I'm there, maybe I'll test drive a Cybertruck. Went online, set up a time, and went straight there. I got there, I think they prefer you be 15 minutes early so you can check in, all that kind of stuff. The guy there was very nice. He was going through the spiel of the Cybertruck, which I already knew everything about. I didn't want to embarrass him. But he went through the whole spiel. I was like, okay. And we was getting ready to drive. I did all the thing, put it in reverse. I knew everything about it on the screen. And I'll tell you, first things first, the sucker feels like if you've never been in a Cybertruck, it feels like a full-size truck. The Rivian, to me, in my personal opinion, feels like a taco, like a Toyota Tacoma. It's mid-size truck. But with the Cybertruck, it feels like a full-size truck. It really does. Some people I sent online said it didn't feel as big as it is outside. I disagree. I think it's still pretty good size inside as well, in my personal opinion. Now, on the test drive, he's talking and how they did it too at Charlotte, North Carolina location. If you've never been to Charlotte traffic is horrendous. And the whole time I was like, oh crap, man, I won't be able to really get the feel of the Cybertruck because it's bumper to bumper during rush hour. But what they do at that location currently is they do kind of loop around the whole area and go back to the dealership. So they basically turn right on every red light to go back and end up back to the showroom. And that's what we did. I think it's like 40 minutes. And it was for me, I was fanboy here. I was fantastic. I was in heaven, right? And it definitely, I'll get to the meat and potatoes of this review, and here it is. I think it's a great vehicle. It does not drive. And this is, I think, is the best quality for this truck. There's a lot of things for it. A lot of things, a bed, it's bulletproof, yada, yada, yada. And that's all fine and dandy. The steer-by-wire, I think that is so beneficial to this truck. Because this truck is stainless steel. It's a freaking big battery. It's heavy as crap. But it turns on a dime. Because I think if they didn't have the steer-by-wire, I think it wouldn't be a good selling point, in my personal opinion. This is come to a guy that's not a EV owner yet. Maybe one day I'll own a Cybertruck, but not today, because unless you want to buy me one, but that ain't gonna happen. But it's very interesting, to say the least. It's very sensitive steering, and it took a minute or two to get used to how sensitive it is. It does not, it's a weird experience, because you're in this freaking huge truck, but you can turn on a dime. And I watched a couple videos, people talk about this. They said this does not drive like a truck. It drives like a sedan, drives like a sports car. And they're 100% correct. But here now, you're like, what? But once you drive it, you're like, oh, now I understand what they're talking about. Because people on YouTube, the car reviewers, sometimes they just yak to be yakking. I wouldn't say they're wrong, but you know what I'm saying? But for a guy that just don't do reviews of cars, you can see this channel, I'm just a guy that watches movies, but I wanted to do a review of this Cybertruck. And I'll explain again too, in my personal opinion, the reason I want a Cybertruck is because it will do what I need it to do. It's a truck. My current truck is a taco. and I'd run it to work or to trash dump, to Lowe's or Home Depot, grocery store. That's what I use it for. If I go long distance, I take me and my wife take her vehicle and we'll go to the location. But for myself, I just use my truck to go here and there, and that's all I do. And also too, I have to have a truck. At one point, when I got down the rabbit hole of Tesla, I was like, I would like to own a Tesla. My wife was like, well, we can get rid of your Taco and then get a regular vehicle like a 3 or a Y. And I was like, I don't know, man. I can, but I don't want to get rid of the bed of the truck. I have to have a bed to haul stuff and run stuff here. You know, you can make a way, honestly. But a person that has had a truck in his life for majority of my life, it's hard to let go of that. Because it's good to have a truck just in case, but unless you need it, don't have it. You see what I'm saying? And once Tesla released the Cybertruck, I was like, okay, I would actually trade my Taco for a Cybertruck. Because it still it'd be a tool that I need for my daily life. Now, okay, now this is going to be and basically this is my review of the experience with the Cybertruck. I think it's a phenomenal truck. I want one. I do, but I don't want $100,000 or $125,000 for the Cyber Beast. No, I'll wait. I can wait. I would, if I had the money and everything else is good, I would get one today, but unfortunately I don't have that right now. So that's my review. But I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. And if you don't want rants, if you don't want to hear it, and it's 11 minutes in, so I kind of doubt anybody will watch it this far. When it comes to people complaining, this is more of the EV hate, complaining about I don't tow very long enough, this battery. If you're trying to tow, get a ice. You should know, but I think the reason to do it because they get the clicks, they get the views on YouTube. They want to complain about, I don't haul that good. It can haul, but you have to understand it's EV. You're gonna lose range regardless. For me, I've never hauled a trailer on my Taco. So I'm that individual that I think they're marketing that very rare, maybe once in a while tows, but hardly ever tows. That'd be me. I hardly ever tow on my truck. I haul stuff, but I don't tow. And that'd be perfect for my lifestyle. Now, if somebody else who hauls boats and all that stuff, that's for them. That's cool. But for me, you won't hear me complain. But anyway, I just wanted to vent about that. That's just me and my personal opinion. And again, I apologize for my current subs. I know they're subbed to my channel because of my movie reviews and other reviews, but I just wanted to do a review of Cybertruck to help anybody and give them perspective of what I think of them. And hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you're still here, give me a big thumbs up. It shows me that you care. And I'll catch you all next time. Have a fantastic day.